Nice point guard matchup. Washington probably, I would, if they get healthy, that inside game with Nene and them boys down low is just rough on them. In the Western Conference, Golden State obviously best record in the conference. Oklahoma City's holding off the New Orleans Can I say it? The New Orleans Pelicans in English for that A spot. And you got a Dallas-Memphis thing going on. Dallas is in a little bit of a slide right now. Here's a team that's playing very well, San Antonio Spurs. Who'd have thunk it, right? It's playoff time coming, and the Spurs are playing well. Who'd have thunk that would happen? They're going to see if the playoffs ended today. They see Houston, and then you got Portland and LA thing going on. Dame Lillard, my guy Chris Paul going head up. So these playoffs are shaping up to be, very, very nice. Now,
what's crazy, and I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but the job that former Atlanta Hawks coach Terry Stotts is doing in Portland is it's phenomenal, man. Nobody remembers Terry Stotts as being the head coach of the Hawks, but dude is doing a great job in Portland.
He is. He absolutely is. And God, if you haven't noticed yet, Rob has he has a love beyond love for especially two of the teams here in Atlanta. The Hawks. Well, I don't know. Before we get into this, is it an equal love between the Hawks, Braves, and the Falcons? Or I tend to think you tilt a little bit more to the Braves, and then a little bit lesser to the Falcons. And then I think if I were to rank, I would say the Hawks would be third on your list. But this is just me ranking your list.
Well, you know what? Just based on past history, I mean, we were on here, and I used to take pleasure in just crushing Joe Johnson. Just crushing that whole Hawks team. I mean, because I grew up with the Hawks and the Celtics were my favorite teams. Period. Any sport growing up. And then some things happened, and my interest kind of changed, and the Braves. Right there when I was leaving elementary school, going into high school, the Braves just kind of turned things around. And,
right.
I was a baseball player myself. And, and at one point I was equally yoked for all these Atlanta teams, man. But it's just all of these teams have set us up, set the fan base up, got us high, and then just did us like bad heroin, got us all excited for the high. Then we took the bad heroin and we just OD'd. All of them have done it.
Get some of that blue magic.
The Braves
Gotta get you some of that blue magic. Frank told y'all.
For the Braves, they've only won one World Series in those great years that they had in the 90s, early 2000s. For the Falcons to not have any championships, with the teams that they've had over, I'll say, the last 20 years, they fielded at least one or two teams that they could have won it. And then the Hawks, other than, the 80s teams where they were winning 50 games consistently, and then, 21 years ago when Neat got traded, they went first place, 48, I think they had like 41 wins at the time they traded Neat.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why I got him started on this. I don't know why.
I'm just saying. Like,
it happened.
Yeah. I mean, and then I'm not gonna act like the Mookie and Steve Smith, like and Matombo, like that era of the Hawks didn't happen, because that era of Hawks basketball was good.
All right.
But dude, I want championships, man. I'm tired of being this disgruntled sports fan.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Man. What?
It's coming out. It's being conveyed right now. All the disgruntledness is coming out. For all the people who've never heard you talk about Atlanta sports. And by the way, we both are from here, by the way, for those of you who don't know, but you just have two different kind of emotional connections.
Same neighborhood and everything.
Right.
Same elementary school, all of that. Yeah. But no, I'm just saying, man, and I know I'm not the only Atlanta sports fan that has those sentiments.
Oh, no. You're definitely in the majority. You're definitely in the majority.
Yeah, we need championships. I'm so tired of, the bandwagon, folks like the Miami Heat. look, I'm just tired of seeing teams construct these championship, make these championship runs, and we sit here in Atlanta, and it's just like, Atlanta. Like, we always be in the conversation preseason. Football, baseball, never really basketball during the, preseason. But they always, this team has got to be this. And, man, it always turns out wrong. Always.
Well, all right.
But that's it. I mean,
Now,
big shout out to the Atlanta things, though.
And so Aaron Hernandez is on trial. I don't know. I don't know if you guys.
Morris Brown. Go ahead.
Morris Brown. Jesus.
Go ahead.
Which one is that again? I told you all these black schools are one and the same to me. Clark, Morris Brown, all the same.
And I miss Morris Brown.
That's what I'm saying. Like, which one is that? It's like all the same. Spelman, Morehouse. It's like one big school.
That was the one. That was the one that was actually the black school playing Division I football over there at Herndon Stadium.
I'm playing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you guys have heard, Aaron Hernandez is on trial for murder.
What?
Yes, this is happening. Former NFL All-Pro tight end Aaron Hernandez is on trial for murder. 1 of 3, by the way. After this one's over, he's got 2 more to tangle with down in Florida. But this dude is like the Hansel and Gretel of murderers, dude. He just left like
I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
He got like a trail of crumbs leading from the body to him at every turn. They got this dude like bubble gum. They got the weed. They got him with the gun. His lawyer's trying to say it's a remote. Nah, guess what I'm going to do? I'll put a gun expert on the stand. He's like, nope, that's the gun we sell. It's a Glock. Same one killed that boy.
Right.
It's like everything.
Not to mention the girlfriend. They
Right.
got the girlfriend going in the basement, getting the gun, getting in the sister's car. the sister whose boyfriend got murdered.
Like, what the hell is really happening?
Unbelievable.
This dude made sure everybody saw him with this dude before he murdered him too. Like everyone they put on the stand, like, yeah, they was at a restaurant drinking together. Like everyone saw him with the guy before he ended up dead. It's like, how do you do that? Like, where do they do that at? Like, someone lost their life. Let's go ahead and get that. But this stupidity, like anything that happens to Aaron Hernandez from this point on, not that he didn't deserve it, but even more so now. Because, like, you kind of murdered this dude brazenly. Like, on some, like, I don't give a F if I get caught. Like, they got, like, the bubble gum, the DNA. They got your fingerprints on the shell casing, footprints. Like, the whole... It's like I say, it's like... Wasn't that the fairy tale, Hansel and Gretel? Where they left the crumb trails? Yeah. Right, that's him. He's the Hansel and Gretel of murderers.
Hansel. Hansel.
Right, just left a crumb, like crumbs all the way. Like, here's where I killed him at. Now follow me and this trail all the way back. They got this dude on surveillance camera trying to tear up his phone. Like, come on, man. Don't you watch CSI? They don't care if you tear it up. They don't go in there and get, like, the microchip out of there and get every last bit of data off that thing possible.
Right.
There's no way you can...
Go
ahead.
But then, not to mention, when, they went through the tats, broke down that the tats was gang-related. Like, he had all kind of stuff inside the tattoos. Like, I mean, dude was... I really don't even... I don't know what to say about a person like that.
Like, my man, our guy on Twitter, Mr. Green, was like, man, Aaron Hernandez might beat this thing because, they still haven't found a murder weapon yet. So that's what everyone's, like, hanging their hat on. He's like, he might beat this one. I was like, it don't matter. He got 2 more, and no one beats 3.
Right, down in Florida, right.
Yeah, no one beats 3 murder trials, pimping, so good luck. And then, here's the other thing, too. Like, yeah, he's in the pokey, dude. He ain't making no money. Like, eventually... And from what I understand is the reason that his boys ain't ratting on him because he's paying for their legal fees too. So eventually, yeah, guess what? If ain't nothing coming in and all of it's going out,
you'll be broke. Yeah,
you're gonna run out eventually. Broke. So even if these good lawyers get you off of this one, yeah, get ready for the public defender next time, homeboy. Because the worst.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna be indigent. Yeah, you're gonna be indigent. You're not gonna be able to afford a lawyer. At least not the lawyer, the kind of lawyer that you had.
And the worst thing that's happening right now for him is because if this was like a high profile case, that it was like OJ, like all on TV, like he could watch the whole trial and all that kind of stuff. Like these lawyers wouldn't mind because they're gonna get like book deals, and how Marsha Clark and them Chris Durden and them came up off the OJ trial.
Right.
Nah, ain't nobody, no one's paying attention to this Aaron Hernandez stuff. Like
No.
every day you might see like a little blurb, like somebody wrote something about what happened today. The dude said he saw him drinking with Odin Lloyd, or like you might see something, a little update on the ticker on ESPN, but they're not even like doing a story on it. They're not even giving it any airtime. So if you're the lawyer, you're like, I'm not coming up off this. I need my bread.
Right.
Like if the situation was on the other hand, where like I'm gonna come up off this, people gonna know my name off this trial. It's a high profile case. Yeah, they might pro bono him. Not this time, homeboy. You're gonna run out of money. And if they do get you off this time, good luck in Florida, cuz down there with the Bushes. But he ain't down there no more. Jeb, he ain't down there, right? Because he's about to run for president or something. He's not the governor anymore. I don't know, but he was. And I think once, you know the
they still do it the same way down there. Though.
You know the saying. Yeah. So yeah, old Aaron, good luck. Well, I don't mean that. Yeah, you killed somebody's kid for no reason because you felt disrespected. How childish and stupid is that?
I mean, and then the fact, not like now, of course, they've offered his girlfriend or his fiance or whatever she is, they've offered her immunity.
Right.
Just to go and just tell it.
Right.
Just go and tell it, and you can be free. Because if we find out that you know, and you don't tell us, then you going to jail too.
That's tough, man. He should have married that broad as soon as they started investigating. They couldn't make her testify then. I see white people do that junk all the time, like on Law and Order and stuff. They be like, we gotta get married today. On the way to the court.
Married.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You got married?
Now she can't testify. She don't have to testify. It's your husband. Oh, you was talking about earlier. I'm glad because we got like 3 minutes here. You said something about Jordans earlier. What were you saying about Jordans earlier? You talking about Be Like Mike and the commercial. Right.
Gatorade commercial.
So yesterday, and I'm always talking about this when I'm talking about this gig, the sports broadcasting situation. And I'm always talking about, having your audience. And I always use like Dan Patrick and those guys as an example that they're not talking to me. Like when they start talking about, Rush and Queen and those groups and all that kind of stuff, that's over. I don't have any relation to any of that stuff. Right. But then they try to like step in my realm. Yesterday, they start talking about Jordans and like, why kids buy Jordans. Dan Patrick said kids buy Jordans because it's more of now appreciation for art. No, it's not. These black kids that are getting beat up outside the mall, lining up around the block, don't give a damn about no damn art. You know what they care about? These are the same shoes that the dope boys wear. That's all it is. Yep. No one gives a damn. Art? What is that? These kids. I was like, Dan, way to be out of touch, homeboy. This ain't your realm. Go back to talking about Rush and great white mans from the 80s, metal bands.
I'm saying, I mean, if he's talking about like the Greg Streets of the world, yeah. I mean, it is more about that. But when you're just talking about the average.
Yeah, the Greg Streets of the world are 16, few and far between.
Right. But when you're talking about these 16, 17-year-old kids, yeah, I mean, they just want them because they're expensive, and that's what, that's what the dope boys wear. Because guess what? A lot of these young cats have never seen Michael Jordan play. I mean, maybe on YouTube, but that's it.
Maybe not even then. They don't care. I don't care about that dude. I found it so hilarious, and it's like, yeah, you've proven.
I remember
my point.
The story you told me where your son asked you if Michael Jordan was
dead. No. He asked. Did he? Yeah, because it's right. He asked me if Kobe Bryant was Michael Jordan's son. And I was like, nah, he probably wish he was, but nah, not in this case. Did you hear about? We got like a minute. I'm like going through my notes now because I really, for one day out of these shows, I want to get through my notes. Jadeveon Clowney, he got bit by a pit bull. His homeboy, DJ Swearinger, his teammates pit bull bit him. He had to go to the hospital. Like it's starting to turn out like maybe Jadeveon doesn't want to play football.
Yeah, no.
I remember me and my guy Alec Campbell did a show before the draft last year, and I was like, I wouldn't pay this dude no money, man, because he's not the type of dude that I feel like I can give money to and still get production from. Like he'd find everything else better to do than, practice hard or work hard for me on this football field. And, yeah, there's your number one pick. Barely played last year. So that's that. We're getting ready to get out of here so Rob can go look at Empire. Right?
Yes, sir.
So make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the Sports Kings podcast, as heard on Spreaker.com. You can get in contact with us at any time during your listening via social media at Sports Kings Live, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or via the email at sportskingslive@gmail.com. And we'll